Anyone who thinks my story is anywhere near over is sadly mistaken. Our country, our people, and our laws have to be our top priority. It's a blip, not a catastrophe. A tiny leak can sink a ship. Make America great again. We are no longer a leader. Putin has become the leader, and it's an embarrassment to our country. My motto is, always get even. When somebody screws you, screw them back in spades. Stay confident even when something bad happens. It is just a bump in the road. It will pass. Always think positively and expect the best. The future does not belong to those who believe in socialism. The future belongs to those who believe in freedom. We believe in the American dream, not in the socialist nightmare. You have to know how to defend yourself, people. Had some beautiful pictures taken in which I had a big smile on my face. I looked happy, I looked content, I looked like a very nice person, which in theory I am. I try to learn from the past, but I plan for the future by focusing exclusively on the present. As an entrepreneur, I choose my teachers carefully, very carefully. I am extremely cautious of the people with whom I spend my time and to whom I listen. Rules are meant to be broken. You do your job, you keep your job. Do it well, you get a better job. Success comes from failure, not from memorizing the right answers. Get going. Move forward. Aim high. Plan a takeoff. Don't just sit on the runway and hope someone will come along and push the airplane. It simply won't happen. Change your attitude and gain some altitude. Believe me, you'll love it up here. The most important thing in life is to love what you're doing, because that's the only way you'll ever be really good at it. I have a very simple rule when it comes to management. Hire the best people from your competitors, pay them more than they were earning, and give them bonuses and incentives based on their performance. That's how you build a first-class operation. When you are wrong repeatedly, the worst thing you can do is continue taking it. Fight back. I try to learn from the past, but I plan for the future by focusing exclusively on the present. That's where the fun is. As long as you are going to be thinking anyway, think big. Show me someone without an ego, and I'll show you a loser. I discovered, for the first time but not the last, that politicians don't care too much what things cost. It's not their money. If I were a liberal Democrat, people would say I'm the super genius of all time. The super genius of all time. If you're a conservative Republican, You've got to fight for your life. It's really an amazing thing. The illegal immigrants who have taken jobs that should go to people here legally, while over 20% of Americans are currently unemployed or underemployed. I've read hundreds of books about China over the decades. I know the Chinese. I've made a lot of money with the Chinese. I understand the Chinese mind. Money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game. I don't hire a lot of number crunchers, and I don't trust fancy marketing surveys. I do my own surveys and draw my own conclusions. The best thing I know about me is that I'm rich. Remember, there's no such thing as an unrealistic goal, just unrealistic timeframes. When I look at myself in the first grade, and I look at myself now, I'm basically the same. The temperament is not that different. My style of deal-making is quite simple and straightforward. I aim very high, and then I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing to get what I'm after. Good publicity is preferable to bad, but from a bottom-line perspective, bad publicity is sometimes better than no publicity at all. Controversy, in short, sells. Just remember, what you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening. All of the women on The Apprentice flirted with me, consciously or unconsciously. That's good to be expected. Leverage. Don't make deals without it. Enhance. Criticism is easier to take when you realize that the only people who aren't criticized are those who don't take risks. The only card she has is the woman's card. She's got nothing else to offer, and frankly, if Hillary Clinton were a man, I don't think she'd get 5% of the vote. The only thing she's got going is the woman's card. And the beautiful thing is, women don't like her. Why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old, when I would never call him short and fat? Oh well, I try so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that will happen. You know, it really doesn't matter what the media write, as long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of ass. I know words. I have the best words. If Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes her think she can satisfy America? Hurricane will be tremendously big and tremendously wet. It's really cold outside. They are calling it a major freeze, weeks ahead of normal. Man, we could use a big fat dose of global warming. I have never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke. America is one of the few places in the world where a poor person can still be obese. We are going to build a wall. You're going to pay for the wall. You're fake news. And if it can't be fun, what's the point?